So yo guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Flex, and as I have done the poll on the Instagram story, most of the people said that I should explain the manhwa in English. That is a little better than the Hindi, and most of the people will be able to understand. So I thought let's give it a try. And as I have explained the previous episode 1 in Hindi, I will make sure to available the English subtitles so you can be able to understand it easily. And from now on, it will be in English. So I hope you like it, and if you like this video, so subscribe the channel. So let's start. So as we have seen in the last episode that Ray was chanting something in the front yard and Arthur was watching him from afar through the window and thinking what phenomena he's going to do. Then the rock starts floating in the air and then he does some weird stance and poof, all of them just settles down and Arthur thinks what? He was doing it with utmost concentration for almost 3 minutes to do something he can physically do with less efforts. Then Alice comes there and asks him, are you watching your dad? For goodness, he has ruined the front yard again. Then Arthur tells us that he has recently done that his father was an augmenter and starts to think what he will be when his mana core awakens. Then after watching his dad practice or train for a few moments, he just starts to go back, but as he was standing on the top of a table to watch his dad through the window and now it's time to go back, he just gets frightened from the height. Yeah, he's just a small kid now, he's not that great king from before, so he's easily frightened from the height and all. But then he slowly goes down, but as Alice sees him, she thinks that he wants to sleep, so she takes him to the bed, but Arthur don't want to sleep, he wants to read book and meditate and he wants to become more powerful soon. So he tells her, but she doesn't agree and says after some times maybe, and then Arthur had no choice. He just makes a cute baby face which no one can deny and says please mama, books. And as Alice becomes powerful in the front of his baby face and let him study for a bit, then Arthur very embarrassingly say that for a great warrior he must utilize every weapon he has in his arsenal. Then Alice watches Arthur studying and then some crash noise comes from the outside and Alice goes what happened. Then Arthur starts meditating and tells that his biggest accomplishment aside from the knowledge he has accumulated is that he's progressing of mana core. And for the last 2 years, he has almost moved tens of thousands of tiny fragments of mana into the center of his body and he's almost there with 2 to 3 particles just remaining and he will be awakened. Then Alice was trying to help Ray as Ray has broken down the tree. There comes a boom and the house is blast. Ray saves Alice from the blast and then Alice starts crying that Arthur was inside and Ray runs for him and starts to go through all the rubbles and reach at the scene and then he's just shocked. He just speechless at the scene and starts laughing. Then Alice comes, what? Reynald, what happened? And so, you gotta be kidding. He's not even 3 years old but he's already, and here we see our hero silently meditating and floating in the middle of the air as he had awakened his mana core and then comes down to the earth and feels wow. And then starts admiring his surrounding. What a great deep, what a wind. It's so nice. But then thinks, trees? What? Someone had attacked our house or what? Then after a year passes and he tells us that his mom Alice has started teaching him how to read and neither he had already known and his dad is teaching him all the basics of mana manipulation and augmentation. As his body was small at the start, they were just doing some sparrings and some small exercises and all. Then at his 4th birthday, his dad had gotten him a wooden sword. And then he calls him for a training, but as our champ wants to study, he just wants to do the training fast. Then his dad starts explaining him something absurdly so that no 4-year-old student can easily understand, but he's not a normal kid, he is our great king Arthur. Then they start fighting and Reynald was just casually moving his stick around to play with him, but then Arthur thinks that if he wants to study, he have to do something. He just plays a little trick from his past life and breaks down the stick of Reynald. Then he says, can I study now? And Reynolds agree. Then Arthur goes to study and meditate and he tells us that the strength in this world is measured by the color of the mana core. Let's start from black as there is most of the impurities in the body with the blood and all, and after some time that blacks becomes red, orange, yellow, silver and white. There are 3 shades in every stage, that is dark, solid and light. Let's if you are at the red stage, so at the start it will be dark red, then solid red and then at last it will be light red, and as the lighter the core becomes, the purer it becomes and the more power it has. Then as he was meditating, his parents calls for him for a dinner and he just became announced that no one can just let me, a baby, learn how he want to learn. Reynolds says, honey, I think we have to get Art a proper mentor. Then starts the war. Alice says, he's only 4-year-old Reynolds. You said you will be able to teach him. Then Reynolds said, exactly. I has never expected that our son was such a manipulation prodigy at a 4-year-old. I am holding back his potential. And then both of them just argue for a minute, and her mom says that it is hundreds of miles away from here and you want to let Arthur stay there. And Reynolds says that my friends will be there for him to take care. Then they start agree for a minute, and then finally they thinks Arthur should answer this. And Arthur thinks, what? They are letting me decide who is just a 4-year-old kid. Then Arthur says very easily, can mommy and daddy come too? We can meet our teacher together. Thinks, what? This is something wrong. And both of them starts laughing. I think it will be better if we go together. And then the journey to the Cyrus city is going to start. And after some time has passes, Arthur was studying in his room. Alice comes there and tells, we have to go to bed. We have to leave fast tomorrow. Arthur says, what? Tomorrow? It will be going to fast. Then Alice says that his dad's friends are from the Twin Horns. That is the name of a party. They are going to Xeris as well, so they will be taking us together. And Arthur says that Twin Horns party members has helped his dad in renovating his house again after the blast he has done. And says us that the Twin Horns are powerful with 2 conjurers and 3 augmenters in it, so they will be able to help him. And now from this small quiet town he is going to the vast world that is awaiting from him. Then the journey starts in the next day. They meet with them and Ray tells Arthur to introduce himself, and Arthur politely introduces. And the guy named Adam says, are you really Ray's kid? Because he's so polite. And Adam Crunch is an augmenter and his specialty is spear. Then next comes a bursty girl. Without her, the party cannot be fulfilled. Yeah, every party should have one. And then just that squeezing in the burst, and all Arthur is small, so he gets to enjoy so much. And her name is Angela Rose, and she is a conjurer, and her specialty is wind magic. And Arthur was not able to breathe in them. Then there comes a big guy who's just a silent type and just looks like a good dog. Yeah, Arthur compares him to a dog. What can we do? And his name is Durden Walkler. He's a conjurer with earth magic. Then there goes a single assassin type girl, a silent one. Her name is Jasmine Flamesworth, and she is an augmenter with specialty dual daggers. And here comes a normal one, our party's leader, and her name is Helen Shard. And she says, nice to meet you, and then introduce herself. And she is also an augmenter with her specialty magic archery. Then everyone gets ready, and just Arthur leaves his little town behind and the journey begins. So the episode ends here. I hope you liked the video, and if you had liked the video, just subscribe the channel and comment me if you have any advice. How should I explain more and how should I make it more better? So just wait for the episode 3. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.